All right, guys. Unfortunately, there is a massive storm brewing and it is headed directly our way. This has this has me really worried about pinball streaming in the future, especially on Twitch. This is something we've talked about a little bit in the past, but we haven't gone over in a while. But this is huge, huge news for anybody that streams. And so pinball pretty much gets sucked right up into this. And what I'm talking about is the DMCA copyright takedowns that keep showing up. And this is something that has been happening a lot this year. It wasn't really the norm in the past, and it started to become the norm starting this past summer, to where literally Twitch went from receiving maybe about 30 to 60, somewhere around right around there, like copyright and notice infringements each month for this. And it went from there to in the thousands, just nearly overnight. And there's a big storm that is headed towards pinball right now. I feel like it's going to alter streaming from here on out. And really what it boils down to, what I'm talking about here is, there was a huge streamer the other day, it just probably like, it might have been about a week ago now, sounded the alarm, and he goes by the name of Jericho. And I mean, he's legit, has over 1 million followers on Twitch, 1 million subscribers on YouTube, usually hovers right around 3,000 or 4,000 subscribers on Twitch. So he knows his stuff. I mean, he owns his own record label that deals with copyright-free music, and he is very familiar with basically the music industry because he has ties to it. He has friends within the music industry. And he released a video, or he was talking about on one of his streams, and he is sounding the alarm, and he is very credible when it comes to these things. Now, before I play the video, let's go back here just for a few, because I feel like some people might not even know what this all means, but this is very, very important, especially if you're looking at streaming or you watch pinball streams. Very important. And so what we're seeing right here is just a description of what exactly DMCA is. So it was created in 1998. Congress passed the Digital Millennium Copyright Act, which basically amended U.S. copyright law to address important parts of the relationship between copyright and the internet. So the first main update is the most important one for what we're talking about right now, and it's that establishing protections for online service providers in certain situations if their users engage in copyright infringement, including by creating the notice and takedown system, which allows copyright owners to inform online service providers about infringing material so that it can be taken down. So it's very important that we understand that part. Okay. And what I was referring back to just a second ago was the fact that basically Twitch went from, here it is right here, went from fewer than 50 music-related DMCA notifications per year. I thought it was per month, per year. To all of a sudden just having thousands upon thousands. All right. And usually, like they say right here, after analyzing it, Twitch found that 99+% of them were for tracks that streamers were playing in the background of their stream. And so with pinball, this only isn't just about the music that plays in the background. A big part of pinball is assets. A big part of it, a huge part of it. And this is something that is just so important. So we're going to look at the video right now, and this should take about 2 minutes. And this is sounding the alarm right here. You guys, you gotta check it out.
And listen very good, because what I'm gonna say is going to be a little shocking to anyone who hasn't been paying attention, but it shouldn't be shocking because it's very, like, you should just be able to be like, yes, I understand. I got a call from my friend who has been in the music industry for just under 20 years now, give or take, maybe not 20, like 15 years, whatever, for his entire working life. He's been working directly with the NMPA, which is, you've heard of the RIAA, which is the record labels lawyers, right? The NMPA is the publishing side. And they are very not happy with Twitch. They're not happy with the way that Twitch is handling copyrighted content. They're not happy with the way that Twitch is moving forward with copyrighted content. And as such, they have been working closely with a French company who I can't remember the name of, similar to the same program that Twitch uses, Audible Magic, which detects music that may be copyright and mutes it. The French company's is much better, much better, much more sophisticated, okay? They're working with that company and have virtually finished setting up live DMCA programs.
So that's a big deal, guys. The very fact that there is live DMCA programs that are about to be implemented or that are at least being developed, that right there is a big deal. It's a huge deal. And here's the reason why. Because what a lot of people don't understand, I know it's somewhere in this article, and I had it up a little bit earlier, was the fact that essentially the RIAA, right? This is their official response, and this is from an article from gamesindustry.biz. And they were reached out for comment, and this is rolling back to everything that happened this past summer. And they said, and I quote, "Twitch is using music for its own benefit without compensating recording artists and songwriters at a time when these creators can't tour and are even more focused on reaching their fans through live streaming platforms. Twitch must play by the same rules as every other platform with which it competes and respect the work of the artists and other music creators, just as their parent company, Amazon, endeavors to do through its other services." So why is this so damn important? Well, if live DMCA strikes show up, if that shows up, that means it doesn't matter about the VODs anymore. Deleting the VODs doesn't matter. It literally means that if you are playing anything in which you don't own the rights to, in which case with pinball, it would be music, it could be call outs, even possibly if it's pulled direct from assets. It's possible it could even be video. You never know. Who knows if they go that deep with it, but for sure, music and call outs would be on the chopping block, which would utterly destroy any opportunity to stream a modern pinball game. It would destroy it, and I could go on and on right here over this article with Games Industry that goes a little bit more into depth about it. And they even talk about right here that it says here, under this act, service providers must have a repeat infringer policy in place to track and remove those who repeatedly upload infringing content. Says Noah Downs, a lawyer specializing in intellectual property and copyright law. Otherwise, a service provider would just re-upload content repeatedly and defeat the purpose of the DMCA. A great, well-known example of this policy in action is YouTube's three-strike policy. As a service provider, Twitch is required to have a repeat infringer policy in place, so future takedowns will likely be counted as strikes. So this is legit coming. And it's coming quick. And again, what does this mean for pinball? You may be asking. And just like we talked about before, what it means for pinball is a huge part of pinball is about getting assets. That is a huge part of modern pinball. It's about the sound from either TV shows, from movies. It's the music. It's video assets. It's the whole shebang. It's everything. Assets are everything. The problem is, guys, just because Stern acquired a license to create a product with that doesn't give everybody else the right to readily stream it and earn revenue off of it. That's the big deal. That's where all this is coming from. And there's a difference between doing this on Twitch and doing this on YouTube. Whereas YouTube, if you get, I believe it's a copyright strike, you would basically change the way your video is monetized to where you wouldn't receive any of that. Whoever is the copyright holder would receive it. And then I believe it's a copyright claim, or maybe that might be the copyright claim, and maybe the copyright strike might be to where they pull the video completely down. I think that's how it works. But on Twitch, it's different because it's live, right? If they do these live DMCA takedowns, basically, that means your stream would end instantly and you'd be done. You'd be done. And we look at everything that Stern has. I mean, we're talking Avengers assets. I don't know, since Marvel actually said, hey, use these voice actors. So who knows about that? Turtles, for sure, gone. Stranger Things, gone. Star Wars, gone. Jurassic Park, gone. Elvira, I don't know. Black Knight, I'm not sure. With some of the music they have, if Stern isn't the owner of it, I don't know. Munsters, again, dicey. Beatles, done. Deadpool, again, with all the music in there, I'm not sure. Iron Maiden, for sure, done. Guardians, done. Star Wars, again, done. Batman, done. I mean, all of these guys, Aerosmith, Star Trek, Metallica, Ghostbusters, AC/DC, Game of Thrones, Kiss, WWE, for sure. I mean, the list goes on and on. So this is bad. This is bad. I'm not going to cherry coat it, guys. And if this ends up happening, which is highly likely, because again, the source of this that is talking about this is reliable. This isn't just somebody that is just showing up and just randomly saying it for views. This is somebody that actually owns their own record label that provides copyright-free music for people that stream, for content creators. And this is a big deal. This has been a long time coming. And so what I'm urging people to do, if you're thinking about streaming or you already are streaming, is be proactive about this. It doesn't mean that this is going to happen today or tomorrow. This could be a week from now. It could be a month from now. It could be longer than that. Who knows? Maybe deals will be struck and this might not happen. But the reality is this is out of Twitch's hands. Okay? When all this happened initially with Twitch and streaming, it was because the RIAA used a third-party company or software to find, all the issues that they were finding. And legitimately, it wasn't like a ton of issues. There was just thousands of occurrences of pinging off the same few songs. And knowing that there's an even more sophisticated software that's being developed right now that is aimed at finding this stuff that quickly, it's a big deal, because this isn't something that to where you just might find a little bit of it. This is something that they can track within 3 to 4 seconds of it showing up on a video. Like, it's that fast. It's that efficient. And what does this mean for a lot of other people? Not only does it mean it affects the types of games you can stream when it comes to pinball, it also affects where you're streaming at. Let's say, even if you're streaming an old solid state, if you're at a bar or you're at a public facility and they're playing music over the loudspeaker, you're done. You would be absolutely done. If there's a tournament somewhere and they're doing that, absolutely done. So what I would encourage people to start thinking about right now, especially without sanctioned events happening right now, I would encourage people to start seriously thinking about developing their YouTube channels, because the system runs much different over there to where you at least won't have your video taken down for that. Where on Twitch, you're basically playing with fire. We're absolutely playing with fire right now. And it's a tough deal, but this is the hand that people are obviously getting dealt with. And this is something that's going to affect a lot of content creators moving forward. So that's the alarm I'm sounding. Be aware of it. And we should be getting more news about this, I would say, probably within the next few days or the next few weeks. Other than that, though, guys, you guys have a great day. Later, guys.